strangest thing. It's shorter than you think. No think.
What's up, y'all? This your girl, Queen Toss Cream, and I'm back with another video. Shout out to all my subscribers, my supporters, all my members, and my moderators. I appreciate and I love every last one of y'all. Shout out to everybody that came through this Sunday on the live, and I'm going through all the emails, and I will email everyone back. Trust and believe I got y'all, okay? This video is going to be about the Summer Wells case, okay? 3-hour gap, okay? The 3-hour gap, and that's what I want to talk about. Lies and consistencies in the 3-hour gap, okay? So I want to talk about that. The grandma, lately, like within this past last week, has denied talking to any YouTuber after saying all of that. And like I said, if she did say it, because we don't know for sure, it never was factual, you know, that she talked with someone and said all those things about, you know, Candace bringing her and Summer not getting out the car, and Candace going to go meet Don somewhere with Summer in the car. We never know if that was the truth. But anyway, she's recanting it. She's denying it. Talking to a YouTuber, saying anything of that sort. So, like I said, if she did, why recant your story? You know what I'm saying? If all that really happened, why recant your story now? I mean, are you being threatened or harassed in any way? Is anybody coming for you? Is anybody threatening you about what you have said already? If you did truly say these things. Now, if you didn't, then okay. But there is a possibility that if you did say it and you recanting, is everything all right? Are you under duress? Okay? So, or was it a complete lie from the start? Was it ever Grandma speaking to a YouTuber? Logical thinking questions, you know, why, what, when, where, and how. Still yet to be determined. So we have to ask ourselves these questions anytime anything comes out, anytime we hear anything. We have to ask ourselves the why, when, what, where, and how. How is this coincide with this case? How does this fit in the story? Where and why? Why would this person say this now? Why would this person do this? We have to ask ourselves these logical thinking questions, because that's the only way we're going to understand anything about this case. Let's talk a little bit about what we do know. Okay? At 1:33, Don supposedly called, and we're working into the gap a little bit, okay? With 1:33, and this is also coinciding with what Grandmama's saying, so I'm trying to put the pieces together. So at 1:33, Don supposedly calls about a man, a perv, that was seen around the house harassing kids. Also, H talked about Don calling Candace. He also said this, okay? Now, and that call allegedly was like around 1:33. Now, a question. How would Don know that? Were you home from work early? Did the boys call and tell you that? Because allegedly the boys were left at home and Don's supposed to be at work. So these are the only two options that's logical here. If Don was at home and the boys phoned Don and told Don what's happening outside, then he could have called Candace and so on. Yeah. So I'm just trying to think this out. But allegedly he did call Candace. Candace said she approved the call. She admitted, yes, he called. But her story was different on what the reason that Don called. I believe Don did call and talk about a guy out in the yard somewhere or around the property. I do believe that that's true. H said it, and also it was said elsewhere. Now, how did Don know that is the thing. Was Don at home early? That's another option. Don was home early, and or the boys called Daddy Don and told him. Only two logical things of why you would know who's on your property. 2:30, Hunter gets dropped off at home. Then Candace was said to be heading home after that. That's what she told the public. Okay. H was dropped off. She headed to meet Don then. Weird, huh? Supposedly the exit at Farm Branch. Is this plausible? Yes. But see, don't forget she said she was going straight home. After she dropped H off and she had grandma and she had the groceries and she had Summer. Allegedly, Candace said she was going home. Allegedly. But I'm hearing after she dropped H off, she headed to meet Don then. So was you meeting them at home or was you meeting them at a different location? What really happened after you dropped H off? Because that's when things get a little blurry there too. What actually happened once you headed home? Okay? Now, this is starting to fill in a 3-hour gap where they will not tell the public the truth and what else they did or what else they went. Things start getting fishy after 2:30, the drop off to H's house of H being home. Things start to get fishy, okay? 3 p.m., Don says he called Candace to see where she was at. That makes me think you were at home, Don, at 3. And you saw Candace wasn't home. This is an inconsistency. You told the public you were at work all day and didn't leave until you got the call from Candace about not finding Summer. So, I knew this was lies. It did not make any sense. So, Don, that pushed you at home at 3 waiting on Candace. Candace tried to brush off the call to Chris like it was a regular check-in call that couples do. Now, I don't think so. Something was in the works. Now, some couples, regular check-in. Hey, what you doing, hon? I'm just calling to see how you doing, babe. I miss you, yada, yada, yada. Talk to you later, boo. Bye. It was something happening because at 1:33, 2:30, now 3? What's going on? My brain is running. What really was going on in these times? Okay? I think it was more than just a checkup call. I'm just saying. I think it was more than a checkup call. All right? So, Candace makes it home about 3:30. What happened after that? Because allegedly, if y'all met up, y'all must have met up around between 3 and 3:30. Did y'all meet at home or did y'all meet somewhere else? Going by what Candace said, y'all went home with the groceries and grandma. And they took Don out the picture. But what if Don was there? Dealing with everything that happened. And then he went to leave. And then she was there. And then he still made the call, but was not on the property at the time he made the call because he was on his way back doing what he was doing. So these is just questions, logical thinking I'm doing out loud here. Now, what happened after 3:30 when y'all made it home? Where did y'all go? What did y'all do? Because Don had to leave because when he came back, it was after the police arrived after the 624 911 call. So Don had to make it look like he was at work, just found out, rushed home, but all along, Don had been left work, had been home, just left home again. So y'all think y'all are so smart and y'all got it all together, but things is just not making sense and things is falling apart, and we're starting to put together little pieces because since you've been out talking these 3 months, you didn't let things slip out and people has caught it. Things you said. Meeting up with Candace throughout the day. When you were supposed to be on the way home. See, certain things is not adding up. And that's why I have to ask myself, could that have happened? Is that a possibility? Could she have met with him before she came home? Possibly. Or she could have came home like she said, dropped off grandma, dropped off the groceries, left some in the car, and actually left and go meet Don. Because they're not telling us what happened from 3 to 3:30 on. So, could that have actually been a half-truth? Yes. She probably dropped off the groceries and Granny, kept Summer, and met Don somewhere. And then when she came back, she might not have had Summer with her. But whatever was happening was started to happen between 3:30 on. So, like I said, y'all, I'm just piecing things together and things is starting to make sense where they're not being honest at. So it's possible because it's been said before that she was meeting him. That's what makes Grandma's story a little bit truthful. That's what's pushing me towards it might be true. Because some of them things was said before. That they've said. So the question is, when did y'all actually meet up? Did y'all meet up? Y'all definitely had to meet up after y'all dropped the H off. So it would have had to be in between 2:30 and 3:30. Had to be. Candace had to have met Don between 2:30 and 3:30. They would have had to drop off Grandma. They would have had to take the groceries in. And Summer would have still been with Candace. Allegedly. For everything to fall in and fill in that 3-hour gap. Now, Don also said at that call that he wanted to know if he was going to work late if no one was going to be home. We know that's most likely not true because he wanted to know where she was because he was home and she wasn't. That makes more sense to me. You called and wanted to know if she's not going to be home, he's going to work late. You would just ask her, when are you going to be home? If you're not at home right now, I'm going to stay at work. Because you normally would get off about, 4 or 5. Why would Candace still be gone all day? Why would she be gone? Because she didn't plan this. Remember, Granny got sick. She took her mom to the doctor. There really wasn't no big plans. They didn't talk about going swimming as they said until they got to H house. Then they planned the fishing and swimming. So things didn't start getting planned until they got to H. She was waiting at the hospital with for her mom. So things really didn't kick into high gear until she got to H house. And then Summer changed by H's saying, which his is more plausible, because she wouldn't have on a swimsuit before she went to the doctor with Granny because they didn't know they was going to the water hole like swimming. So it makes sense of what H said about Summer changing at H house, because that's when they said, oh, we can go kill time at the swimming hole while we're waiting on Grandma. That makes more sense to me. That's more logical thinking. So I'm believing that Summer probably did change at H house And that's when they decided to go. But anyway, back to Don wanting to know if she was at home. If she's not going to be at home, I'm going to work late. That makes me feel like you had to be home early and wanted to know where she was at. Okay, I'm just saying. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling. And also, how else would you know that there's anybody lurking around the house? How would you know that if you're not there, Don? That's what I'm saying. It don't make sense. Now, don't forget things started happening between 3:30 to 6:24. Okay? When that call went in. So texts on phones have been deleted after 3 p.m. on. So we have to pay close attention. What they're saying happened at 3 on. Because something occurred. Okay? Something occurred. I just know it. I just feel it. And you can tell. Because that's when stories, there's a hole in that. They don't want to tell that. It's a reason they don't want to tell us that. Because that's when things went south. Where is Summer? What happened once everyone got home? All three of y'all, Granny, Don, and Candace, know what happened. Grandmama took off immediately after. Don lied, was inconsistent after this, had theories galore. Candace didn't come out to public until 2 to 3 weeks later. Something happened. Something happened. They had 3 hours to dispose of evidence, create alibis, get a concrete story together before they phoned the police. But Don slipped up and said Candace left that house and came back and Summer was gone. Completely different story than planting the flowers and her brothers watching her, and between 2 and 10 minutes, Summer was gone. Completely different story than that. Now, at 5:30, call allegedly to Don was telling him Summer was missing. Why not? And this is something I was thinking about. Because it was said that she called Don around 5:30 to tell Don, hey, Summer's missing, right? So why not call the police immediately after? If you call Don at 5:30 to tell Don Summer is missing, why did you not call the police immediately after? Why did it take 1 hour when you called? Well, Don called at 6:24. So you called Don to tell him Summer was missing. It took Don 1 hour. Why did it take y'all 1 hour, and why did Don call? That's yet to be understood. That's still my question. What was y'all doing? Comparing y'all story, comparing y'all statements? That's something you would automatically do. My child missing, I'm going to call the police before and then call my partner after. Look, this is what I did because I can't find such and such and such and such. I need them here ASAP. So come on home, hon, as soon as you can. Now, something is just not right here. And I'm not sure if I believe all of this. I'm just not sure, y'all. Now, I'm not sure if I believe Granny. Didn't say that or did. I'm just not sure. Then again, people do lie and make up things. So Granny is denying talking to anyone. Just, it's kind of weird, y'all. It's just a red flag. I don't know. It's possible it happened. It's possible it didn't. I do not know. I just think it's kind of funny how some things in that story did have was said in the case. Okay, has came out in this case. Quick question. Since we're done talking about a little bit of the 3 hour gap, trying to fill that in a little bit. What happened to dear old friend David Dodson? He was the first to come out, speak on Don and Candace's behalf 3 months ago. He said he believed them, spent time with the boys, took the boys out to get them off, get their mind off what happened to Summer. Where is he now? Why is he so quiet? Is there a change of heart? David Dotson has not been around and very quiet. I thought they was friends. They met at the church house. So, what did David have in common with the Wells other than the church? Don't forget, Candace said she phoned David after Summer went missing. And David drove straight out there. No hesitation. So, Candace, why did you call David Dotson when Summer went missing? Whose friend was he actually? Was he your friend? Was he more closer to you? Was he more closer to Don? Whose actual friend was David? Or was he just a regular friend of the family? Just a question. Because he's not around now, and all of your kids are gone. Y'all going through so much. Where's your friend to help y'all get through this? This hard time in y'all life. I'm just asking. Because you also gave him permission, don't forget, to repeat what y'all discussed with him at the beginning when someone went missing. So he came out, did an interview with Unmasked, and told them what y'all talked about y'all polygraphs and all this. I don't forget nothing. So y'all had to be friends. This is weird. Y'all had to be some type of close where y'all sat and y'all talked about this case. You had to be some type of friend because, Candace, you called him. And when he came, the police was there. So you called him after the police. Or you called him and Don called the police. However, you called him soon as someone went missing. So things are just a little weird. Like I said, David, people that was around are not around anymore. I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at who's around in the beginning, who's not around anymore. I'm looking at people that was talking that decides they're not talking no more. I'm just looking at everything. Because something just isn't right. But thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. I love you guys. Y'all take care. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.